Folks, okay, we'll get started here in a minute. Let me go ahead and share this baby on out. Let me share this on out. Bum 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 bum. Ba-da-na-na-na-na. Well, I'm not sure if anyone's going to join today. Maybe they all lied. They don't want a live chat. Doing well. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm doing very good. I'll give everybody a few minutes here to join. And then we will jump into the business. We will jump right into the business. Ciao, my friend. How you doing? Welcome. Welcome. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's doing wonderful. I am doing fine. Fantastic. He is better than ever. Never felt better in my life. Never felt better in my life, all right? Bum, 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 bum. Well, guys, give me a second. I'm going to go ahead and share this baby out one more time. We'll talk about Corbin. We'll talk about a lot of things. Give me 1 second, folks, okay? How about that little maple? Can you guys hear me, by the way? FYI, just asking. No, it wouldn't be FYI. I'm just asking. It's not for your information. Just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. All right. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let's give it a few more. And then I'm going to get ready to jump into it. We can talk everything that is going on right now with the Yankees. I'm sure a lot of people want to talk about trade scenarios. Some of the trade scenarios I put out there, like Scherzer and Bumgarner, I am going to also be doing videos about those here in the next couple of days. So it's going to be something I will talk about more in detail, so to say. So I don't have to do much of that in the live chat, but I am very willing to discuss that and talk about that and moves the Yankees may make, things I've heard. So I'll be happy to do all that. How soon do I see a trade happening? Well, I don't know. The Yankees are kind of they're kind of strapped right now for pitching. They definitely need somebody soon. You know, I never thought Chance Adams is the guy. I mean, I see a lot of people kind of pushing for Chance Adams to get a chance. But seriously, I never saw Chance Adams as a guy who is going to be able to really handle what it takes. I don't see him as a starting pitcher. Not for the Yankees, not in the AL East. I don't see Adams being a guy that can do pretty well for the Yankees. I don't see him as that type of guy. The Yankees no longer need a 5-inning starter. They don't need guys that can just get them over the hump. The Yankees finally need a starting pitcher. They need somebody like a Dallas Keuchel. Would have been good. A guy that, even if he gives up 4, he could go 6 or 7 innings every time out. He's been there and done that. He's the type of guy that would make sense. So, you know, things like that are what the Yankees need to look at now. Who are those guys that can get this team over the hump? You know, if you look at the Yankees rotation right now, I'll ask you guys this. Who do you trust? Who do you really trust to give you a good game? I throw that towards you guys to ask you that question. Who do you trust right now in the Yankees rotation? And here's my next question. This is a team expecting to win a World Series. And their fans are sitting here. Us, me, you guys. We can't even name you a starter on the team who we're comfortable with. let alone 1 or 2 guys. Got 0. Sevy's not back. They're saying after the All-Star break. This has been a hell of a long injury. This has been a long injury. How effective is he going to be this year? If at all. How effective is he going to be? How healthy is he going to be? Who knows? James Paxton doesn't suck. I think James Paxton can be great. I think Paxton could be an ace. Got to be consistent. And hopefully he's healthy. Until then, none of us are comfortable. Tanaka may be your only guy that you could kind of say, I somewhat trust the guy. If he's healthy. In the postseason, I can somewhat trust him. But I don't think many people would say he's my number 1. I'm okay with him being a number 1. I still think you want to find something else. Hal Steinbrenner being stingy is our issue, not cash, Boone, or injuries. I could agree on that. You know, Brian Cashman said the other day that they're not going to go over the second tier of the luxury tax. That's a bit concerning. When you look at some of the names out there, it's a bit concerning. Now, me and Felix on our podcast we did the other day, we talked about how adding Stanton when the Yankees added Stanton kind of hurt these plans that the Yankees could be making now and different moves and guys they could have signed. Not sitting here to knock Giancarlo Stanton. It's nothing like that. I think it's all fine. Leave him alone. There's nothing wrong with him. Hopefully get healthy and play. But if the Yankees are so concerned about money, you would have thought that pitching would have been the route they would have took and not getting another bat that really doesn't fit this lineup that much. I talk about that all the time. It's not a bad. I don't. People always think I come off as knocking somebody. I'm not knocking anybody, but it's not the A1 prototypical fit for the Yankees, if you ask me, especially with the money he cost. Lindor, yeah, I saw the thing that Buster Olney put out there. To be honest, I really didn't read it quickly. I just said, hey, my guys on Twitter like to talk, like to have conversations. It'll be interesting to throw something out there and see what you guys think. And, apparently, there's no guarantee Lindor's going to be moved every time soon. Yeah, not in a trade. He said in free agency. Okay, well, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. Is Stroman possible? Yeah, of course. Marcus Stroman's very possible. I think Matt Boyd of the Tigers is very possible. He's having a really good year. He's really turning into the pitcher a lot of people expected him to be. Strikeout pitcher. He has a lot more strikeouts than innings pitched. He's one of the leaders in the American League in Ks per 9. So definitely a guy that I could see the Yankees being interested in. But also, we will see if that's a guy the Tigers go ahead and move. Not a lot of guys would put us over the top, to be quite honest with you. Mike Minor would make sense. Stroman would make sense. Bumgarner makes sense. Scherzer makes sense. A lot of guys make sense for the Yankees because they don't have great pitching. So a lot of these different names do make sense. Max Scherzer would be a dream come true. But as I told Felix of NY News, as I told a lot of you guys, I just don't see that deal happening. I just don't. And based off the new leadership of this ball club, I just don't see it happening. I just don't. And, Felix even asked me, even when it comes to Bumgarner, how confident are you the Yankees will get him? I said 35% because I am no longer extremely confident in this team going out there making moves. I'm just not. So, I leave it at that because I am not extremely confident in the New York Yankees making these moves anymore. I'm just not. I used to be. If this was years ago and somebody said the Nationals are going to trade Scherzer, no question about it, I'd be on here telling you guys right now, I'm fairly confident the Yankees will look to make a deal for him because that's the guy they need. They need somebody like that. And they should. They should get blown away for him. I mean, he's a legend over there. any contenders getting one of the best post-game pitchers that baseball has ever seen. So, yeah, I mean, they should overvalue him even. I mean, I would. If you're going to deal him, get your best offer and see what happens. He would have been a very nice addition. Nick, Nick, he would have been a very good addition. He would have been a great addition for the Yankees. He's definitely a guy the Yankees need. He would have really been a perfect addition, and he cost money only. He only cost money. So it would have been a tremendous deal for the Yankees to make. They missed by about $1 million. Let me repeat this again because it's hard to believe. The Yankees missed out on the pitcher because of $1 million. But then we also hear the Yankees may have missed on him because of Domingo Germán hid his injury, which caused the Yankees to not push, apparently. I don't believe that. The Yankees always come out with a story once they miss on somebody. Have you guys caught on to this yet? Like I have? Has anybody else caught on to this? I'm wondering if anybody else has caught on to this also like I have. I talk about it all the time. It's this new thing. It's this damage control. The Yankees know they're the Yankees, folks. The Yankees know they got money. The Yankees know they got money. The Yankees know they can sign anybody they want. Why? I ask you, do the Yankees always have a reason? All of a sudden it pops up. This is why we didn't get him. All of a sudden. I remember the Patrick Corbin thing. The night before he signed, Yankee hot stove Jack Curry. He's going to be one. He's going to be a Yankee. He's going to be a Yankee. Everybody I'm talking to is telling me he's going to be a Yankee. The Yankees love him. Next day, he signs with the Nationals. The Yankees never had interest in him. He wanted too much. When they met him, he wanted Darvish money. Yankees weren't going there. Okay. All right. Now, all of a sudden, we didn't give the extra $1 million because Domingo Germán hid an injury from us. So we didn't go out there and get your boy. We let the Atlanta Braves have him for $1 million. We're the Yankees. Justin, let me tell you something, buddy. I take that 4.11 ERA on this ball club right now. And those strikeouts and that consistency, because about 2 starts ago or 3 starts ago, his ERA was in the high 2s or very low 3s. So I'll take the consistency over a couple of bad outings from a lefty who's been consistent and strike guys out any day over what we have right now. And his fielding independent pitching is mid-3. So I take that compared to what we got. Would you let Didi walk or re-sign? What do you think a contract looks like? Well, Didi's missing half the year. He came back probably earlier than I believed or anybody else. So for me, this has always been a tough one. And if you guys have watched me for a while, which I'm assuming most of you have been following me for quite some time, especially on here, as I, of course, recognize a ton of you guys. I've always said Didi's not the type of guy I would, really just open the floor for. I just wouldn't. I think the Yankees will. I think the Yankees do look to bring him back. Now, am I throwing this guy anything he wants? No, I'm personally not. I like Didi. If he would accept, a 4 or 5 year deal worth, 14, 15 a year, maybe you go that route. 4 years, 60 million, 5 years, 70, 5 years, 75, 3 years, 45, he would never accept because somebody would blow him away on that. You guys got to also remember this is one of the better players when healthy of shortstops. So let's also not undervalue him. He's likable. He's a leader. People like him. Teammates like him. Media likes him. That plays. That plays. He'd get more than 12 million a year, no doubt. I think you're looking at, 12, 13, 14 maybe. If you look at 15 million over 4, that's 60. 15 million over 5, you're looking at about a $70 million deal. 75 million over 5. That's not a terrible deal for a guy like Didi. That's not a terrible idea. Who's this? Gary Spaziani, my friend. Beautiful name. That's the real name? Gary Spaziani. I like it. That's a good one too. Extend DJ LeMahieu. I mean, you got DJ for 1 more year only. The way this guy is playing. And folks, let me ask you guys this. A lot of people kind of took my tweet a little bit out of hand, I noticed. I just want to make this clear. So I'm going to say it again. DJ LeMahieu is the closest thing the Yankees have had since Derek Jeter of being a Derek Jeter type ball player. I'm going to leave it right there. He is. There's no disputing this, folks. There's no disputing this. And all I'm talking about here is the type of player he is on the field, right? I'm not talking about the legacy, the career. Talking about the type of player he is. Hits the ball to right field, right? Hits the ball to right field beautifully. Moves runners over. Plays his defense. Keeps his head down and plays baseball. The way he performs is 100% Derek Jeter. And I like LeMahieu even more because he told his agent, I want to play for the Yankees. Figure this out for me. He wanted to be here. A lot of people seem to forget that. DJ LeMahieu didn't wait for the Yankees to contact him. DJ LeMahieu asked his agent, find out about the Yankees for me. That's where I want to go. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yes, I did hear about the Lindor thing. I talked about it a little bit. Apparently, it's more of a free agent type thing. So, yeah, this is something that may never happen. I mean, you got to remember when a team, even Cleveland, who probably can't sign a gigantic deal, has the player, he's still their player. They'll have first dibs at any contract offer to Lindor. Does he sign? Who the hell knows? But you got a lot of that there still. Yeah, no doubt about it. He makes everybody much better. I agree. I think they would be very smart to trade him. Trade him as soon as you can, especially if you think your team's going to rebuild for a little bit. Try to trade him as soon as possible. Guys, if you don't mind, can you get my likes up? We got 92 people in here. Probably will break 100 any minute. If you guys don't mind, take a second and get the likes up. That helps me get more people involved. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you. We should trade Stanton for Mad Max. I don't think they would do that. Robert, my friend, I love you too. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Yanks re-signing Judge? Of course they're going to re-sign Judge. Judge is their guy. Even Gary Sanchez calls DJ the Machine. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Guys, I'll talk about... I saw a few of you say something about... I think somebody said something about David Ortiz and that whole situation. I'll talk about that here shortly. And the whole David Ortiz situation. Would I trade both Estevan Florial and Clint Frazier? It depends on for what. I'm not inclined to trade either one of these guys. I mean, I see a lot of people bring that up to me that I seem like I want to get rid of Frazier. No, it's not that I want to get rid of Frazier, but I want the Yankees to win a World Series. A lot of new age Yankee fans, and I'm not knocking anybody, but they always want to play for the next years. They don't want to play for now. They always want to look forward. I like this guy. I want this guy to be around for 20 years. Sometimes that guy that could be around for 20 years is the way you win a World Series by trading him. So that's the way I see things. I see things for 2019, and that is it. I see things of winning now for a team that should win now. Jordan Blackwell, my friend, I greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much. Do the Yankees and Anthony Rendon fit either at the trade deadline or off-season? Very interesting. As you guys know, Anthony Rendon is the third baseman for the Washington Nationals. He is going to be a free agent. He is likely going to be moving on from Washington, even though Washington has money to keep anybody, and they are very willing to spend that money. Do I think he's a fit for the Yankees? I'll tell you what. Yes, he's a fit for the Yankees, but if I am the New York Yankees, folks, let me say this. If I am the New York Yankees and I'm making decisions for this ball club, I will tell you what right now, and I think you guys have heard me say this before. Giovanni Urshela is not going anywhere until he back down to earth. He would not move a morsel if it had to do with me. That man is not going anywhere. Keeping him where he is. He's playing almost every single day. And I am not even thinking about another third baseman until this guy crashes back down to earth. He's cheap. He's young, meaning he may have found things out and is entering his prime. There is no way you even consider throwing 15, 16, 17, 18 million at other players when you got this guy right here. You don't. You just don't. He stays here. I'll tell you what. You don't replace Andujar with Giovanni Urshela until Urshela shows he can't do this every day. This is not who he is. This man is staying here. Well, Rafi, he also said they will not go over the second tier of the luxury tax. So again, this could be a tactic. But I think we may have to take the Yankees for their word at this point of not looking to spend a lot of money, right? They've said it countless times, and they've stayed under it countless times. So the thing right now when it comes to the Yankees is you can count a lot of these guys out if they're not going to spend money. And we don't have evidence that they are. People need to remember, and a lot of this has to do with us Yankee fans who have been watching longer than some of the younger fans, is that the team that we used to watch, the Yankees of old, that we used to say, hell, when the Bobby Abreu's are available and all it cost is money, we'll get them. When the Randy Johnsons or Schillings or Roger Clemens or David Wells in his primes are available, we'll get these guys. When the top hitter in the league is available, we'll get them. Because money don't matter. So, we'll see. We will see. Right now, the Yankees are saying they're not going to spend any more. They don't want to go above that second tier. I take them for their word. I don't believe they do. But we'll see. CC is thick. Oh, God. You haven't missed nothing, my friend. Come join us. Throw your questions out there. We'll talk. Yeah, guys, I will, do you think the Yankees shop J-Happ? I don't think they shop him at the deadline or anything like that. It might be something they may consider in the offseason, but we'll see. I want to talk real quick about Big Papi David Ortiz, who is recovering, thankfully. A very crazy moment for Big Papi. David Ortiz. Apparently, you know, this story went from a bullet in the leg from a robbery attempt. All this other stuff to he was slapping the butt cheeks of a drug lord. And the drug lord said, hey, here's $8,000. And yeah, there you go. $8,000. Put a hit on my dude. Put him out of their misery. unfortunately for the drug dealer, not for the Ortiz situation, don't mess up my words here, he hired a bad hitman because the guy had an open shot and shot him through the stomach. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. Maybe he meant to miss. I don't know. I mean, if you're a hitman, you hire a hitman. I don't care how much you give him. You got an open shot. Do what you're supposed to do. Anyway, Ortiz is fine. Thank God. Being a Yankee fan, I saw some Yankee fans say stupid stuff. You never want to see nobody hurt, nobody injured, God forbid, killed of all things. Ortiz is a great ball player, great baseball player. Seems to be a very good guy. Everybody loves him. Everybody likes him. So it's a bit insane about what happened, but being that famous, folks, the Dominican Republic's a third world country. It's a third world country. People do many things there for anything. When me and my fiance, we were talking about it the other day, and she even said it immediately like this. She said they probably pay the guys pennies compared to what would happen here, and it comes to find out they did. I mean, for something like that, it's a bit crazy. So, David Ortiz was a slap in the cheeks of a very, very beautiful woman, I must say. A very beautiful woman, if you haven't seen her. Madon, as us Italians would say. I mean, Madon, unbelievable. Anyway, Ortiz is healthy. He's fine. He's recovering. Thank God. It's a sad moment for baseball, but he's fine. So we'll move on from that. After what happened to Estrada and Poppy, why would any of these players want to go back to these third world dumps? Well, it's home. I mean, it's home. So, home is home. Home is home. Now, I do think you need to be a little more smarter. I definitely think you got to be smarter than that. My fiance's family is from, I think I talked about this on Twitter, is from one of the worst areas in the Dominican Republic, in the capital. And, when this all happened, she even talked about it. When I showed her the video, the first thing is, even though you're from there and you're famous and you're a millionaire, you should make sure you're still aware of your surroundings, even if you're from there. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. It's like, for an example, it's like me being from the South Bronx and me making money and doing well in, let's say, for music, for an example. Why should I feel the need to go back to the South Bronx and the streets that I grew up in with no bodyguards and nothing around me when I could very well be a target just because I have money? So that's the way I see things in life. You should always protect yourself no matter where you go. I'm just happy he's okay. It would have been very, very tragic and sad for baseball. Ortiz is a great ambassador for the sport. So thankfully he's okay. Will this team do anything? Yes, of course. Of course, the Yankees will do something. Tyler is on here. Tyler, my friend, thank you for joining. Folks, I want to let you guys know that Tyler has also been helping me with a lot of these trade scenarios and the ideas behind some of these trade scenarios. So again, he is very educated in the minor league department also of knowing what it takes to make some of these deals. He is the first guy beyond anybody to talk about Luke Voit. He told me before I knew about Luke Voit that this guy has a chance to be very special with the Yankees. Boy, was he right. Luke Voit is looking like he may be the starter for the American League at first base. Absolutely awesome. What is your honest thoughts about Paxton so far? When he's been healthy, he's been excellent. He's been absolutely excellent when he's been healthy. He hasn't been healthy. Ever since the injury, I don't count even the good start. The 4 innings of no runs, the first start back, 7 strikeouts. I don't even count those as real starts yet. I want to see him ramp back up, and I hope he's healthy. That's it. If he's healthy, he's good. If he's healthy, he'll be fine. I'm not concerned about Paxton. If he's healthy, he'll be okay. But it's a big thing if he is. Rangers aren't sellers, so Minor isn't available right now. Yep, June and probably early July is going to be a big time for baseball about finding out who the sellers and who the buyers are going to really be. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Any possible getting bullpen arm if Dellin can't make it this season? Yes, of course. And there's going to be a lot of names out there. One is somebody that me and Tyler actually talked about today. Brad Hand could become available. The Nationals have arms they can move. Brad Hand, Kirby Yates. There's a few of the guys out there off the top of my head that we know could become available that could help a lot of clubs out. So I do think the Yankees would be smart to try to add a decent bullpen arm. And let's remember this too. A lot of these guys the Yankees can get as starters. A lot of these teams have bullpen arms that could come along with them. So it'll be interesting to see the way the Yankees look to make some of these moves, if they do at all, which I do expect the Yankees to make a trade. Again, if I've heard two names more than anybody, and I've reported this multiple days ago, and now others are reporting the same thing. If there is one name I've heard about for the Yankees more than anybody, it's Matt Boyd. Boyd has been the name I've heard about more than anybody. Boyd and Bumgarner have been the two names that have been thrown around my way more than anybody else. And now you have more reporters saying that the Yankees are out there looking at Boyd and they really like him. So we will see what happens. I think Boyd makes a ton of sense. I know a lot of people probably aren't extremely excited because he's not a sexy name. Yankee fans like sexy. We like the sexy name players. He's not that type of name. But he's up and coming. He's a rising star. He continues to get better. His strikeout numbers are significant. The Yankees need strikeout guys, especially in the postseason. So, do I think he'll be the guy that just blows them over the top? I don't think so. I think the only guy that can really do that is two of them. I think Bumgarner can do that, and I know for a fact Max Scherzer could do that for the Yankees. But I think Bumgarner could very well be one of these guys that is like Verlander, folks, and don't bring up the idea that his velocity isn't there. He's pitching on a team that is terrible. Being rejuvenated again. Going to a team where he can say, let me get this ring and let me get paid, or let me negotiate a contract. Maybe he has a chance to do that. But he would be terrific. He would be terrific. Tyler says, I just don't... Oops, oh, there it goes, folks. Look at that. Tyler says, I just don't see Boyd cracking in the top three in the rotation in the playoffs. And I'll see him as a huge upgrade over what Montgomery was before his injury. Bumgarner makes more sense. I can see that too. I think Bumgarner would make sense for the Yankees. I really do. I think Bumgarner will make a lot of sense for the Yankees. Yeah, Max Scherzer has the same thing as Bumgarner. So, that's the other thing too. Max Scherzer and Bumgarner are somewhat, you could almost argue, are pitchers that could have been pitching in the 80s and the early 90s. They got that real bulldog mentality. They got that real workhorse mentality where they kind of get the ball and go, this is my game. This is the game I'm playing. I'm pitching this game. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. But I think Bumgarner makes all the sense in the world. I really do. Someone pull up Bumgarner's stats versus AL teams and you'll cry. I mean, come on, man. How much time does he have against AL teams? You got interleague and that's it. I don't take that worth anything. To be quite honest with you, I don't take that or anything. Lindor or Didi, who's a better player? Lindor is. If I could acquire one guy, who would it be at Simonetti Source? For me, if I could acquire one guy, guaranteed, no doubt about it, I would acquire Max Scherzer. If I could definitely get Scherzer, I would. But Bumgarner would be the guy. Bumgarner would be the guy if not for Scherzer. Draven, no, he doesn't throw 97 no more, but what he does do is win world championships. And he really was not throwing 97 then. He is. Scherzer's great. I love Scherzer. But if you're comparing if you're comparing things to Madison Bumgarner, the guy's arguably the best postseason pitcher of all time. So he literally carried this team to postseason starts where teams don't even hit him. He has ice in his nerves. He goes out there and plays ball. He pitches. So yeah, Bumgarner I would be extremely happy with. Everybody can hear me right? We good? Everybody all right? You guys can hear me? Yes, no, yes. Aaron Judges the Truth. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Fans calling bum wash like our rotation is good. Wow. 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 You hit it right on the head. That's what I've been saying for the longest time. Yankee fans year after year, folks. Year after year. Tyler, you've been watching me since the very beginning, I believe. Year after year, folks, in the postseason, I flat out say, all the time, what in the world are the Yankees waiting for? Every year, I got to talk about the Yankees pitching. Every single year, I got to talk about the Yankees need more pitching, and the response I get all the time, Corbin's not better than all these guys. This guy's not better than all these guys. They would be sixth in our rotation. They wouldn't even crack our top 5. Really? 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 They wouldn't crack our amazing rotation we've had for so many years now. This dominating rotation we've had for so long. These guys won't crack it. Stop it. Stop it. Just stop it. Yanks rotation versus Astros rotation. Who wins? Do I even have to answer that? I'm not even going to answer that question. Jay Stone, my friend. I can't even answer that. There's no point. All right, guys, so let's do this really quickly, and we're going to have many more of these chats before the deadline comes, but I'm going to throw this one out there real quick. I want you guys, I wish I could do polls on here while I do these things. It'll be fun, but I wish maybe it'll be nice if YouTube adds some type of features like that. It'd be pretty fun. Let me see. What does this do? Hold on. Let me see. Live man. I guess you can't do it. I don't know. I'm not good with this crap anyway. I'm probably going to mess something up. Question for you guys. All right. The Yankees get one guy. Realistically. The Yankees add one starter. I want you guys to tell me, realistically, who that guy is going to be. Go ahead. While I pour myself a cup of water. Go right ahead, folks. Bumgarner, Mad Max, really? Interesting. Bumgarner. Seems like the happy pick here. I think they get Stroman. Cologne. We got 2 Colognes. Look at that. All right. Matt Boyd, me. I'm available. Another Cologne. Bartolo getting some love in the Simonetti chat. I like it. Andy Pettit. Okay. Mad Bum. David Cohn. I like it. Me again. Thank you. CC is thick. I see you. I appreciate it. Cologne. Pavano. Okay. Interesting. Felix Hernandez. Sonny Gray. All right. So this just became a joke. All right, guys. I'm going to get ready to wrap this up. If you guys got any questions outside of baseball, go ahead. Tyler says Max Scherzer easily. His stuff is better right now, and the Astros don't hit right-handed pitching well. I agree. So if you guys got any questions outside of baseball, go ahead and throw them my way, unless I am going to get ready to jump off here. It's been a 40-minute chat or so. I appreciate everybody that has been on. You guys are the best. Let's make the Knicks good again. Cool. Fury versus Wilder, too. I love it. It's a tough one, man, because Deuce Monkey, I will try, my friend, I promise. Fury or Wilder? Well, Wilder got the power. The thing about it is Fury's already felt his power. So Fury knows what is coming his way now. I would have to go with Fury. I'm going to still go with Tyson Fury. Because I always got to take the boxer over a guy like Wilder, especially a boxer that moves the way Fury does. If you look at the first fight, Fury won 10 of the 12 rounds. I mean, there's no denying he won that fight. You don't got to be a boxing expert to know he won. Khabib or Dustin, I will still go Khabib. Obviously, I want to see the Khabib and Conor rematch again, but we'll see what happens, if that happens anytime. But I think Khabib will defeat Dustin. Favorite 2019 movie so far would definitely be Godzilla. I'm a huge Godzilla fan. So yes, definitely Godzilla was excellent. Khabib or Tony. I think Tony will be one of his hardest fights because Tony doesn't get tired. Khabib starts to slow down a little bit. Khabib starts to slow down a little bit when it comes to round 3 and 4. So, and remember, it gets harder throughout fights to take guys down, especially when you start to sweat and things of that nature. You factor all that in. Plus, wrestling's very tiring. We seen what a Conor who wasn't that regular Conor. He had a broken foot. You could tell after watching it again. He wasn't the same guy that he typically is. We saw what he did to Khabib in round 3. When Khabib got tired and stood on the feet, Conor didn't look great that fight, but he was a much better stand-up fighter in round 3 and actually won that round. So it'll be interesting to see what a guy like Tony would do against Khabib in rounds 3, 4, and 5. So we'll see. Guys, I have no idea where Ryan is. So as you notice, he hasn't been on none of the live chats or anything. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where Ryan has been. So, I know he left Twitter, and I haven't. It's kind of missing in action. So, I don't know, folks. Yes, I thought Endgame was horrible. I thought the Avengers Endgame was absolutely terrible. I know I'm going to get a lot of people mad at me on here about that. I think it was horrible. I think it was absolutely terrible. Being a comic fan, and let me remind you, let me say something real fast. John Wick 3 was great. John Wick 3 was good. Let me say something real quick, folks, before anybody goes crazy. I am an absolute gigantic Marvel fan. Not just talking about the movies. It's comic books. Way back in the day. Okay? I'm an absolute gigantic comic book fan. Okay? The whole thing annoys me in a sense. The Thanos character is good. They really over-exaggerate some of the characters' powers based on what they do in the comic compared to what they do in the movies. For an example, Captain Marvel being this unbelievable, dominating, destructing beast. Not exactly that way in the comics. Powerful, would never stand one-on-one with Thanos. Not a second in her day. None of them would, to be fair. Drax the Destroyer. One of the most dominating characters in all of comic books. The man actually killed Thanos. Okay? In the comics. They make him a buffoon idiot who loses every single fight he's in. Very odd. These are characters I love. Okay? the whole Captain America thing going back. Now he's old, and Tony Stark having to do with everything in the universe. Now he created Ultron. He creates the glove for Thanos. He's everything with Spider-Man. Blah, blah, blah. Iron Man's cool. I get it. He was the first one to kick it off, and he's good, folks. Tony Stark's smart, okay? I know they didn't have the rights to, like, the Fantastic Four, because Reed Richards is one of the smartest people in the galaxy when it comes to Marvel Comics. But also, Ant-Man, the original Ant-Man. I'm not talking about, what's-his-face. I'm talking about the older gentleman now. Oh, my God. I forgot his name. The original one that is supposed to create Ultron and all this other stuff. So, not a big fan. Not a big fan of... I'm not going to spoil it. I thought it was horrible. I thought it was very, very long. Too long. The whole Professor Hulk thing. Hank Pym, there you go. Hank Pym is the original one to create Ultron in the comics. And they make everything revolved around... what's-his-face. I thought it was horrible. I thought it was absolutely terrible. And mind you, I love almost all the other movies. I thought Endgame was horrendous. All of a sudden, Professor Hulk. Come the hell on. That's not the Hulk I grew up with. That's the millennial little punk Hulk. That's the cowardly Hulk. Come on. Stop it. I'll smack that Hulk left and right. Not even the same Hulk. Come on. Who liked the Hulk in Endgame? He sucked. He became a little bitch. It's bitch Hulk. Let's be honest here. Come on, we can talk honestly. It's bitch Hulk. He wasn't Hulk. He was bitch Hulk. Be for real here. We had little tights. Come on. Hey guys, look, I'm the Hulk. Let's put him in the machine. Get the frig out of here. Give me Lou Ferrigno. Let me get Lou Ferrigno back. Come on. Mark Ruffalo, that moron, that buffoon, another idiot. Come on. I was the only person cheering at the end of the movie. You guys know what happens. I was cheering. Hey! I had 3 kids crying next to me. I'm in the thing cheering. Good. Hey, yeah. Everybody else is crying. I'm sitting there going, eating popcorn. This is good. This is good. Now this is good. Come on. Tony Stark. Tony bullshit is what I call him. Tony Stark. Please. Come on now. Oh, man. Henry Cejudo. I don't know what's next for him, man. That's interesting. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Triple C. PD Starks. I like it. All right, guys. I'm going to jump off here. Thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much for being part of the chat, having some good questions. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I do have videos coming out soon where I'm going to break down a lot of the Yankees targets. So expect to see those very, very soon. And we will go from there. So I will talk to you guys soon. You guys are absolutely excellent. I had a lot of fun talking to you all today. Be back again very soon. Thank you, guys.